What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I have a really value-packed conversation with one of our students, Malachi. He's only 19 years old. He just had his biggest month yet at 16K. He's landing 6K brand story videos, and overall, he's just building so much confidence as a business owner and really just making this transformation from kind of this solo, freelance videographer to a true video business owner with monthly cash flow coming in every single month with confidence, being able to speak as a true business owner, not just like another videographer. That's the type of transformation you need to make to be able to land these high caliber, high paying clients. So hope you enjoy this video. It's a super value packed interview and it's honestly just a ton of fun. Enjoy the interview.
Bro, it's like the biggest weight ever taken off of me because it was like also like wanting to get married this year, all the things that go into that. It's like knowing that you don't have like all the stability in the world because you're not in control of it. It just felt like I was working as hard as I could, but it didn't matter how hard I worked. Like I wasn't going to get the clients unless they came to me. So like now knowing that there's a system that I can like if I don't do the work, then they won't come to me. But if I do, like I can like have a method of landing clients feels like so good, dude. Like a
Yeah.
huge weight. It feels like I have something like over everybody too, like not in like a cocky way. Obviously, it wasn't even my method, but like it's like something like that I am like trying to show everybody about CU. And obviously I get nothing out of it. Like I even tell everybody that I was like, I get nothing for referring. It's just like it's really, really helped my business. So
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I think we had a few people come through yesterday or whenever you like reposted that story that came through, and then I hit them up and they're like, "Oh, my buddy." And do you actually go by Malachi or is it just Kai? Or I see on
uh
your Zoom it's just Kai.
yeah, no, Malachi or Kai, either one.
Malachi. I like
Hmm.
Malachi more. It's a dope
Yeah.
name.
Thank you,
But yeah,
man.
a few people popped through and they're like, "Yeah, my boy, like Malachi sent me over here." So we're like,
Oh,
"Cool,
sick.
sweet." Yeah, man. So appreciate that for sure. But so it sounds like the biggest thing for you, like the biggest, like your work is incredible, dude. Like it's already there. Like
Thank you.
it's not you. What was holding you back was not your work, but maybe before CU, you might have felt like it was. So like, tell me about that. Like, I guess like before you joined, before you were opened, to everything that we do, like what did you think was the bottleneck? I'm sure you were like, yeah, I need more clients. Like everyone, that's what everyone says. But like,
Yeah.
was there a part of you that was like, I need better work. I need to keep working on my portfolio. I need to keep just doing project after project, and maybe one day they'll start to come. I think that's a common thought process, and that's how I used to think too. So I just would be curious to hear more about that.
I feel like I just was like looking to get my name out there. Like it was like but like the flaw in the system was like I was traveling full time to get any work anywhere that I could possibly get. It didn't matter what it was. Like it didn't matter if it's $200. Like if I could get work, then I was going. So like
Mm,
even if I was breaking even on trips, whatever it was, like I was just going to get work to like spread my name. What I didn't realize is like to spread my name, I can't spread it around the whole like US. So like I was going to all these different places and I'm putting my name in like different like buckets, but it's not like compounding because they're all different. So I was
mm.
like when I could filter it in to be like local businesses, local whatever, then now like I've had people come to me from my church and stuff that there's two different people that run two different agencies in my church and they both came to me and said that my name's been circulating and like people have asked them about me and they're like so whatever you're doing like keep doing it because people have come to them asking about like if they've ever seen my work or whatever
Mm,
not
that's
as like
crazy.
someone that knows me but like someone that's in the industry of like video they're coming to him and like hey have you heard of this other videographer
Have you
and they're
heard
like
of
yeah
this
like I
dude?
actually know him personally um
Oh, how cool is that?
yeah, so
So
that
it's
was like
not
a
like
really cool
they're,
moment.
yeah, it's not like they're just referring you. It's like people are coming to them and going,
Yeah.
"Yo, do you know this guy?" And they're like, "Yeah, I do." Like
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah, it was like really cool because like until literally this month like I hadn't closed a deal with from someone from LinkedIn. However, I've closed deals because of CU that weren't through LinkedIn just from like I've had like my confidence to charge more just the sales like tactics and like how I talk now like the terms that you guys use and stuff has helped me close like a decent amount of deals since CU but like my first like lead from LinkedIn that got closed was like a couple weeks ago maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago so like
Which
seeing
project was that again?
It was the $6,000 brand story video.
Mm,
Which is it's actually for a it's the Michigan Baseball Foundation, which is like super random, but they're a nonprofit and they own a baseball team here that does a lot of work. So I'm basically shooting like a brand story video to play at a professional baseball game or semi-professional baseball game, which is actually pretty cool. But they're doing it to showcase like the money that they used with the grant funds that was because they're nonprofit, whatever. But
hmm
um, yeah, so that was my first one through LinkedIn, which funny enough was literally like probably the first person I ever had a meeting with doing outreach back in January, but he didn't have any like projects that he could use me on. Like
hmm
randomly hit me up a couple weeks ago. Um, so it was cool. It was literally my first meeting I had through LinkedIn that just turned into a project like 2 weeks ago. So
That's dope, dude. That's the thing is, you know, it can take a while to plant those seeds. It's kind of a slow burn, but then the projects that do come in are so much higher quality than just constantly going after like the small short-term stuff. So we always say like you need to get started doing, hop on LinkedIn now, hop on LinkedIn yesterday because
yeah.
the opportunity is there right now. It's barely just starting to emerge. People are just starting to find out about it still. It's a super early platform. And it also, like, it takes time. It's a slower burn because you're going after quality, not quantity.
Mm.
And so it can take some time. So, yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. And from here on out now, because you've been planting those seeds, that's going to continue to happen, bro. Like, those are just going to continue to come in now. And you want to continue planting those seeds now so that 6 months from now, they're continuing to come through, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm curious, was LinkedIn even like on your mind before you joined Creators University and started working with us? Like
Not even a little bit.
you have a pretty decent following on Instagram. You're at like 10K or 15K or something, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I'm assuming that's where your focus was. But have you like, yeah, was LinkedIn even on your mind, like as a happening platform, like place that you could actually get work from?
Not at all. I had never even it never crossed my brain a single time. I had to start my profile after joining CU. So
Yeah. And dude, that goes to show how powerful it is too. Like you're that fresh and you're already landing 6K brand story videos from
yeah,
it. And you had that like 10K or what was that, 15K month or
it
something?
was 16K. Yeah,
16K. Okay. And
hmm
that was your biggest month yet, right?
yeah, by far.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you,
That's
man. It was
awesome. You
awesome.
deserve it. You've been working super hard.
Thank
It's
you.
been fun to see. And you also mentioned so there's the lead gen side that we helped you with, but then you also just kind of quickly like glanced over like sales and sounding more professional and just feeling more confident on, discovery calls. Like, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Because that's huge.
Yeah, I think like before I was in like a mindset of like I needed their work, and now it's like I feel like I've been able to position myself in the seat of like they're coming to me because they need me. Um, and so I think just a mindset like shift that I had after CU of like that I'm the value and I don't like I'm not coming to them because I need their money or I need
Mm,
their work to get momentum, whatever it was. That mindset shift put me in like even if they don't know it, like it in my brain put me in the seat of like they need me more than I need them,
mhm.
even if that's not always the case. So that alone and being able to turn down like the crappy clients that I never was able to before, that alone like freed up so much time, so much like energy and brain power that I was using before,
Really quick,
which
what do
was
you
like
mean by
huge.
that? Like you couldn't turn those down before?
Like before, it was like I wanted the momentum, so I was willing to do anything it took to like keep doing projects and keep like making like me relevant almost in the
Mm,
in the space. And I needed more portfolio, so it was another avenue to like continue that. So it was like I didn't feel comfortable saying no to those because yeah, it's only a couple $100, it's only $1,000, whatever. But I didn't have any other work to line up and say like it was gonna take away from anything else, so it wasn't worth saying no. It was either that or I was doing nothing. So it was like being able to say no, like I mean, you say it a million times in the course, being able to say no to those kind of clients like frees up space for the other clients, but it's so true is like that's totally been the case for me too. So that was like super huge.
yeah, man. Okay. So it was almost from like a fear standpoint of one, kind of not being relevant, and then two, not having a system to go get new leads. So you're kind
Yeah.
of in that desperate pinch of like, well, I don't really have anyone else lined up right now, so I kind of need this. But now it's
Yeah.
like, no, like I know my value. This isn't worth it, and I have a system for going after and finding new leads, pretty
Yeah,
much. So it's
exactly.
giving you the confidence to say no to
Yeah, and
those
I think
projects.
the other side of it too is like having like the certain vocab terms, for lack of a better word, of like just the different phrases and stuff. I think just like also positions me in a little bit more professional standpoint of like when I'm talking, more confident on calls and even in person, like when people are talking to me like what I do, stuff like that. Like we just like I know you saw I went to NAB and stuff, like people networking, like asking what I do and stuff.
The FOMO,
Having like a
the FOMO,
USP
bro.
and like yeah, having like a
I'm so
USP and like all the different things of like just simple terminology that came from the program was just like super huge too. And I think it just puts me as like a 19-year-old kid before into like someone that's actually running a legit business because obviously because I'm young, I thought that was a factor before like people just think I'm some kid.
Mhm.
But literally it's never come back to be a thing. Like no one's ever said anything to me about it. I've never been treated differently because I'm young in this. So I think just that mindset shift too of like nobody cares that I'm young. They just want like a cool video. Um, helped too. So
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's so crazy to just see your transformation from where you were just a few months ago to now. Like you're a completely new, you know, business owner, and I think that you're now actually a business owner. Before you were more of like a just this freelancer,
yeah,
video person, video guy trying to get work. Like do you feel like do you feel like you're more of a business owner now as opposed to just like some kid with a camera? You know what I mean?
for sure, bro. Like definitely I do. There was like certain things of like in my church or whatever that they were like talk to like people who are business owners. Uh
Mm.
and like I would never stand up, bro. I'm like I'm not a business owner. But now like I'm totally confident, bro. Like if there's anything
Wow.
like that, bro, I'm like I'm so much more confident that it's like a business owner thing.
That's the win right there. Like
Yeah.
screw the 16K month. Like
Yeah.
that's the win that you're going to carry for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
like, just not to get too off topic, but what we talk about all the time just as a team at Creators University with Miguel and Adam and everything. It's like we really aren't interested in being that program that gives you just this like quick little win, like this quick little tip, this quick little strategy that might put, a dollar in your pocket like tomorrow. But we're super interested in like helping you create this legitimate, lasting, long-term change that after you go through our program, not only have you like closed some deals and maybe had a good month, but like you are transformed as a business
Yeah.
owner, as a person. That's why we talk so much about mindset and like that stuff. Because like that is the work. But a lot of people, aren't willing to maybe dive into those things because that's the hard stuff is like looking inwards, looking at yourself, right? And like your flaws and like pushing yourself and getting out of your comfort zone and all those things. So it gets me excited to hear that, man, because that's like you're gonna be your life is like genuinely changed now. It sounds like you're more
Yeah.
confident. You feel like you're an actual business owner now versus just like a guy with the camera. And like those are all the things that we've engineered the program to do. So I just think you've been an awesome student of the process and you're a perfect example of what is possible when you come in and you just show up and you put in the work. And you also had like, you didn't have everything handed to you. Like you had some roadblocks. You got married. You took a month off. Like, you
Yeah.
know, candidly, we talked to a lot of people that are like, like, I don't want to do this. I'm getting married right now, like this and that. It's like, well, do you want this or do you not? You know?
Yeah.
And if you want it, like there shouldn't be any excuse. And I think you're a perfect example of that. Like I'm sure you have all kinds of stuff going on in your life. Like you have this office now, you got married, like I'm sure there's expenses. I'm sure, there's a lot of things going on. And you're like, it doesn't matter because that's where I want to go. And there's nothing that's going to stop me from getting there. So I'm just going to go for it. So I really respect that about you. And I think that's why you've gotten such incredible results is you're really clear on what you want.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
And it's really, and at 19 years old, bro, like you're killing it. That's so
Thank you.
cool. Like such props to you. Like at 19, dude, like I was just, I was just trying to figure it out. Like I
Yeah.
didn't have, like it's okay. What it is, the reason why I'm so pumped on you is because you are me when I was 19. Like you're the person that I built CU to help. Like
Yeah.
I'm building CU just to help the past version of me that would have killed for something like this.
Mm.
And now that's you, and there's this full circle moment, and it's just like, man, warms my heart. It's cool. This
Yeah.
is why, like, you are why we do what we do.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for doing what you do, bro. Because, I mean, I think there's like literally 100 courses out there, 100 people trying to sell you on something.
Probably
So
more.
like, at least, bro. I mean, like
There's so
consistently
many
in my
nowadays.
inboxes, bro. So I was like, it's hard to differentiate of like who's legit and who's actually gonna like provide
Mm,
value. Um, Obviously, what stood out about you guys is you weren't trying to sell me like straight in the DMs like most people,
mm.
and that's what you guys preach in the course too. Is like you're not you pushed off being salesy for so long, which is like made me feel more comfortable. But I almost didn't give you guys the time of day either because I get 100 DMs about courses and whatnot. Um, but it really is like completely different. Like really, really different than anything I've ever seen. So yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you for giving us that chance as well. And yeah, we practice what we preach. Like everything we do with CU is like, what we're preaching in the program too. Like it all flows through. You just got to lead with value, man. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Like people are always looking for these go arounds, these tricks, these hacks, these funnels, like the magic ad. Like none of that stuff exists. Like you just have to understand your true value at its core, your unique selling proposition, what makes you different, and then you just have to want to help people. And the more you
yeah,
help people, the more that value will be returned. But, it takes time. It's uncomfortable. You have to invest in yourself. That's easier said than done, right? Um, and so, yeah, man, like I just respect you for jumping in, following the process, taking action, and just being a great student of the process. And you've been cool in the community too. I always see you popping up, posting wins, posting questions and everything. How has the community side of CU been beneficial to you?
it's been huge, man. I think like all of the different categories of like I could come for like literally anything. Like if I had a question about anything, there's a category for it. Um, and like the meetup was cool too. I didn't really like feel like it was gonna be, honestly, because I've never met up with anybody. And it was just like I don't really know him, but like once I met him, like this is really cool. Like we have so much in common, which makes total sense now. But yeah, and then like anytime I have a question about pricing or I want feedback on literally anything, I there's a group for it, so I can send a question. And I didn't have anything like that before. I maybe had like a group chat with some boys that do like some sort of video, but not like the same kind of video as me. So like sending in there, like that was my method before of like, yeah, maybe they'll know something, and it just never like amounted to anything. I had to do all the research on my own. Um, but the community is dope because I can just like there's like hundreds of people just like me in the community, so I just send it and somebody is bound to know. Like even just literally yesterday, there was another course that I was looking at. It's like Mark Bones' course.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and it like they opened their doors again. So like I was gonna ask if anyone else in the community was, and there was like 3 people that like responded and said that they're all in it and they love it.
Hell yeah.
Um, so it was like really cool. Like I needed somebody to like validate like if it was actually worth it. And the only way to do that, like I posted my story, nobody responded, like nobody had taken it. I'm assuming. Um, so like it's just a method, another method that I'm in control of more that makes me feel better.
Exactly, dude. I know a lot of our students say the community is like their secret weapon. It's like they
Yeah.
want other people to join because they want them to get the help, but at the same time, they're like, it's so good. It's like my secret weapon. Like, I was just talking to Lauren and she had like a Da Vinci question that she couldn't find
Mm.
online or anywhere, YouTube, popped it in there within 5 minutes. She had like multiple answers and the problem was solved.
Yeah.
I was
No,
like,
that's
bro,
my
just
same experience
that right there, like disregard the 10K months we've helped you done and all these things. Like
Yeah,
just that right there was worth being a part of the program for. Like,
for
so
sure.
yeah, it's like it's what a lot of students say. So I'm glad to hear that you're feeling the same way. And dude, it's just the beginning for you. Like you have so much potential ahead. Like you're just getting started. I want to do this again in 3 months or 6 months or whatever and see where you are then.
Yeah.
Because I really think you're just getting started. So tell me a little bit about like, yeah, what's the move now moving forward? Like what are the goals? Like where's your head at in terms of like the next or the rest of the year, I guess?
Yeah, I think I want to consistently like not miss weeks on maxing out. I want to max it every week. Which is I mean the load is pretty much split between me and my wife because I mean she sits in here with me and does that for hours, it seems like. So So that's been a huge help too. But definitely continue to be consistent with outreach because I haven't really, I mean, again, more than like 4 or 5 weeks, I haven't been consistent with it. So that's a big one. And then the other big one is like right now, everything, all the proposals I'm sending are like 4 to 8K. I would really like to be able to start charging more or like I don't really know. Like, I guess I feel like the clients I'm having are all really quality clients that probably can pay a lot more. Even just the other day, like I think we talked about it in Slack about like this client like just would not tell me a budget range. Like I told him like get back with me. Like on the call, he couldn't give me one. I was like, okay, like can you give me
Mm-hmm.
one? After the call, and they're like, yeah, that's fine. And they were like, I really just don't know anything about video, and I gave him a range, and he's like, just like charge whatever. I don't know. So then I quoted him 6K for like a really simple project, and he was like immediately like within seconds responded to me and was like, okay, great, let's do it. Send me an invoice. And I'm like, man, he responded way too fast. I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
probably could have charged way more. So again, you said to play the long game and just like make him give me a number no matter what. So I'm definitely gonna do that. But I think just like getting in the area where I can charge way more, um, is one of my goals too, to start charging more than just the 6K, which 6K to me is a lot compared to anything I was doing before this. But I think just continue to push that envelope, and getting into higher budget brackets and stuff.
Yeah, man. Like you said, like before 6K for that project, you probably would have been like over the moon, stoked, thrilled on.
For
Now
sure.
your standard is just up here off the charts. And now you're
Yeah.
like, that's your baseline. You're like, oh, I might have been able to got 12 for that project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're just thinking in a different frequency now. You're just on a higher level, um, which is just really rewarding for me to see. Like this is the work. Like this is why I love what I do. Like getting people to charge more, getting them to build that confidence that you can charge more. And don't be too hard on yourself either. Like it's a journey. Like that's still a huge win. You got a 6K deal. That's more than you would have been stoked to charge probably before
Yeah.
CU. And now that you've done that, you have the conviction and the confidence of how easy that was. So now next time you're going to go in and do 10 or 12 or double or triple or whatever. So it's a process. So still celebrate that and take that as a win. But keep that in your back pocket for next time, and then just charge a little more, charge a little more, charge a little more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're on the right track, 100%.
Yeah, I actually had one more question that I think I asked Coach Miguel a couple weeks ago is when I'm doing my sales navigator, um, there's like a lot of things, even with the Boolean search, like there's a lot of things that aren't the title I'm looking for. So like even though I'm doing like marketing director, director of marketing, whatever, like those titles, there's still some stuff that pops up that like they aren't any of those. And maybe it was saying like they were in the past. Is that something that you can filter out or not really?
Um, Honestly, dude, I would hit up Mateen. He's just like the LinkedIn guru at this point
Okay.
for like questions like that, like really specific stuff. I'm sure he would know. He honestly has like taken the LinkedIn training we provide now and just like ran with it and freaking crushed it. He's actually keep this on the DL, but he's actually going to be creating some new really in-depth training for us to
Oh,
add
cool.
even more value to that module in the course soon. So
Awesome.
definitely check that out. We're always adding new material to the program, but hit up Mateen, dude. He'll be able to help you
Okay.
out with that because I honestly don't know the answer to that question.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think I actually might meet up with him in DC because I have a job out there.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah, you
so he
should.
was saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go check out his office space.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I
Sweet.
was thinking about doing. That DC job was kind of weird too, because like it was like he only had like a 3K budget. And then he's paying for my trip out there, obviously, and stay. But so I just didn't know if I wanted to take it, but it was like a 2-day trip, and I don't know. I feel like I could have like turned it down, but I didn't have any other work that it was in the way of. So
Yeah, dude. And you'll be able to link up with Mateen, which,
yeah.
a paid trip to go link up with another, you know, coach at CU. So
Yeah.
that'll be worth it in itself, and you get to make some money and travel a bit. So, and it's still 3K. I think you
Yeah.
mentioned at the very beginning of this call, like 300 or $200 or these,
Yeah.
$100 projects. Like now your baseline is like 3K, 6K.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, dude, you're just crushing it. You're on a really good trajectory right now. Cool, man. Anything else you want to just like say or add or like any other questions you have for me for now? I just honestly, dude, like just keep up the good work. Keep showing up in the community. Keep taking action. Like when you have questions, ask questions. keep showing up to calls when you can, like all that kind of stuff. You're just on a great path.
Yeah, thank you. No, I think that was literally the only thing is like I've never been on a call. I've just never been able to make it work schedule wise, but I need to like prioritize because I
You
know if
need
you
to hop
text
on
like,
those.
dude, I know I literally never been on one, and I've been trying to make it up for like a new priority to start getting on them because I know that like there's probably even more infinite value in those.
Oh, dude,
Um,
there's students
so
who do the opposite. All they do is show up to calls and they haven't even looked at the course. They haven't even hardly used the
really,
community, and they've had like the same or better results. Like the
wow.
calls are really, really valuable, dude. Monday through
Okay,
Friday, every day. You should try and hop on today's. Mateen's going to be on there. I think they're doing a discovery call role play.
okay.
So
What
if you're
time
trying
is
to
that?
charge
I guess
more,
it's probably in Slack.
at three, I think it's at 3 PST today.
Okay,
But today
cool.
we're doing, yeah, role discovery call role plays.
Okay,
So that should be right in line with what you're trying to do with charging more.
yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm definitely gonna jump on some
Yeah,
soon.
check them
So
out, dude. The calls are gonna get you to that next level.
perfect. Okay.
Cool, man. All right. Well, dude, thanks for hopping on. This has been cool just hearing about everything and just again, super rewarding to just have these full circle 360 moments with students. Um, So it's just a ton of fun for me. So I appreciate you for hopping on and keep up the awesome work, dude. And if you ever need anything at all, just hit me up, dude. Happy to pour into you. Like I said, I'm happy to pour, into students who are just crushing it. All right, if you got value from this video and you just want to keep learning more about some of the systems and processes and LinkedIn and all that stuff that we talked about in this video, then check out the link right below. I'm going to link a completely free training video, no strings attached, that's going to walk through step by step all the processes that Malachi mentions in this interview. If you're just stuck under 10K a month and you can't seem to just break through and there's something holding you back, you can't get clients, you can't find leads, you can't raise your rates, you're stuck working with cheap clients, any of that kind of stuff, then this training is really going to help out. So again, that's linked right below this video. I hope you get a ton of value from that, and I'll see you in the next video.